So this video is on geometric multiplication. Now I am using a pen, but you are going to use a pencil when you do this. I'm just using a pen so you can see a little bit from the camera. So geometric multiplication. And always put your name and date. Okay, so we can use graph paper or an area to use to find out how to do multiplication. So the problem I'm going to do today is 3,242 times 23. All right, and we're going to find out what that is. So the first thing I need to do is put out my multiplicand. The multiplicand is this number here, 3,242. So I'm going to start by creating a dot, and then I'm going to count over 3 spaces for 3,000s. Okay, and I'm going to write 3th for thousands. And then I have 200, so I'm going to count over 2 more spaces, and that's going to represent my hundreds, 200s. 4 tens, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 units. All right. So now we can see this line here is representing my multiplicand. 3,200, 4 tens, and 2 units. On the side, I'm going to put my multiplier, 23. So I'm going to count down 2 squares for 2 tens, and then 3 more for my units. 1, 2, 3. 3 units. All right, so now you can see I kind of have the edge here of what looks like it's going to be a rectangle. So I'm going to complete my rectangle. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to make my dots at the end as well. So I'm connecting, right? So there was my units blocked off. My tens are blocked off, and I'm making those dots just so I can see them a little bit better. And now I'm going to get my thousands and hundreds blocked off. And we also have to go across, right? So we have to separate out our tens and our units in the multiplier. Okay, so now we have a full rectangle with some squares inside of it. Now, before I do any calculations, I'm going to do some coloring, actually. And I'm going to color relatively quickly so that you don't have to watch me color. But I'm wondering, if I have units times units, what category will I be in? Units times units will give me units, right? It's like 1 times 1 gives me 1. So units are always green, so I'm going to make this green. Now, if you are using colored pencils, you can color it in and make it look a bit neater. Same thing with crayons. All right, let's go on to our next category. I've got tens times units. Tens times units. Well, if I have 10 units, that's tens. So I'm going to be in the tens category. Tens are always blue. So this box is going to be blue. All right, hundreds times units. Well, anything times units is the same category, so hundreds times units will still be hundreds, right? 100 units is 100. So I'm going to be in the hundreds category. Hundreds are always red, so I'm going to make this box red. And lastly, in my last row, thousands times units. Well, 1,000 units is thousands. Anything times units gives you the same category. So this is going to be thousands. Thousands are also green because they are the units of the thousands family. All right, but what about our second row? Let's see. We have units times tens. Okay, so 10 units. That's tens. This is starting to look like the checkerboard. I wonder if you see a pattern. Tens times tens. 10 tens. 10 tens is 100. So this is the hundreds category. Okay. Hundreds times tens. Ooh, this is tricky. So if I had 100 tens, I'm envisioning my golden beads. So 100 tens or 10 hundreds. So if I had 10 hundreds stacked up on each other, well, that's 1,000. And if I had 10 thousands, well, that's the 10,000 category. And guess what? That's blue too. All right, well, this is helpful because now I can find out my quantities and I already have my categories listed by color. So I'm gonna start in this far right corner. We always wanna start with our units times units because that's the easiest. Okay, so it says 2 units times 3 units. Now, I happen to know that 2 times 3 is 6, so I could automatically write that down. But if I didn't know and I wasn't sure, I could count the boxes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. And just so I don't forget, we're in the units category, so I'm going to write 6U. Okay. 4 tens times 3 units. All right, 4 times 3. Let's see, 4, 8, 12. And what category am I in? Tens. 12 tens. I'm making this dark so you can see better. Actually, I'll use a thicker marker. There we go. Okay. 2 times 3. We're going to have 6 hundreds. 3 times 3, 9 thousands. In my upper corner, I've got 2 times 2. That's going to give me 4 tens. 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. And I'm in the hundreds category. 2 times 2, 4 in the thousands category. That's a TH for thousands. And then 3 times 2 is 6, and I'm in the 10 thousands category. Okay, well, you might be thinking, well, we're done now, right? But hold on, we don't have an answer yet. The answer is all of these quantities together. So I'm going to start with my largest quantity, and I'm going to begin to record them down here. Okay, so my largest quantity is 6 10,000s. Okay, let me write that down. 6, how many zeros does 10,000 have? Well, 1,000 has 3, so 10,000 has 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 10,000s is the same as 60,000s. Now I can go on to my thousands category. I see 9,000s and 4,000s. Let me make sure that I'm lined up with my comma. 9,000, 4,000. Okay, let me go over to my hundreds. I see 600 and 800. 600, 800. 12 tens and 4 tens. Well, this is kind of tricky. How do I write 12 tens? Well, tens always have 1 0, so let me leave space for that. And then 12. 12 tens is 120. 4 tens is 40. And then my last category is 6 units. Whew. All right, these are all of my categories together. If I add these up, I can get my answer. So let's see, 0 plus 6, 6. 0 plus 2 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 6 again. Let's see, 6 plus 8 plus 1. Well, 8 plus 1 is 9, and 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry the 1, put the 5 down here. 1 plus 9 plus 4. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus another 4 is 14. 6 plus 1, 7. And now let's not forget about our categories. right? We'll put in our comma to indicate where the thousands is. And I have 74,566. And I sort of ran out of space up here, but I'll go ahead and put my answer here. $74,566. And this is how you can use graph paper to do geometric multiplication.